explosions, drama, hand-to-hand combat, romance. The action movie has it all. They may not always be cinematic triumphs, but you know what to expect with an action film, and so rarely do they ever let you down. Outlandish adventures, daredevil stunts, and cheesy, righteous heroes, nothing draws audiences to the movie theaters like a good old-fashioned blockbuster. Including superhero stories, buddy comedies, and video game adaptations, below you'll find a roundup of our 20 favorite action films of the year. Uncharted. Based on the popular PlayStation video game franchise, Uncharted partners Mark Wahlberg with Tom Holland as a seasoned fortune hunter and his young protege, like National Treasure. But with more falling out of planes and less historical puzzle solving, the two adventurers embark on a perilous journey to uncover a hidden fortune that would make Indiana Jones's head spin. The Northman, the Viking Age, with a mind aflame with hate and revenge, Prince Amaleth, the wronged son of King Orvandil War Raven, heads to cold, windswept Iceland to retrieve what was stolen, the Lost City, while on a book tour with her Fabio parody cover model. A romance novelist is kidnapped when a deranged billionaire believes her titular Lost City is not only real but full of gold. Brad Pitt also makes a hilarious cameo as a CIA operative tasked with rescuing them from a remote volcanic island. Ambulance, starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. Ambulance sees director Michael Bay in peak action movie mindset. The Armageddon and Transformers franchise filmmaker returns for a non-stop ride about two bank robbers who hijack an ambulance as a means of escape. The Batman, the DC hero, is back and grittier than ever in Matt Reeves' dark, Punishing the Batman, featuring Robert Pattinson as a young, emo Bruce Wayne just beginning to navigate the deadly streets of Gotham. Over the film's nearly 3-hour runtime, Batman revs his Batmobile, cozies up with Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman, and beats down baddies like Colin Farrell's Penguin and Paul Dano's Riddler. Everything Everywhere All at Once, a zany action comedy, an indie favorite from this year's SXSW Film Festival. Everything Everywhere All at Once features the legendary Michelle Yeoh in one of her greatest starring roles yet. A multiverse adventure that's simultaneously a layered family drama. Everything Everywhere is quite literally all things at once, action-packed, humorous, bizarre, and heartwarming. RRR. RRR is an epic action drama from India about two real-life revolutionaries and their fight against British rule. Made on a budget of around $72 million, RRR is the most expensive Indian film to date, featuring tiger fights, insane motorcycle stunts, and heavily dramatized history. The unbearable weight of massive talent. Nicolas Cage, playing himself, receives an offer to attend a billionaire playboy Javi Gutierrez's birthday party for $1 million. He's thinking about retiring, but Javi is a major fan of his work. However, the US government informs Cage that Javi is one of the most ruthless criminals on the planet, and they want his help to take him down. The Adam Project. Free Guy director Sean Levy teamed up with Ryan Reynolds once again for The Adam Project on Netflix, a sci-fi action film about a pilot who goes back in time to meet his younger self and stop time travel from ever being invented. Day Shift. Jamie Foxx stars in this Los Angeles vampire hunting flick for Netflix, mixing Blade with humor and Snoop Dogg cameos. Dave Franco also stars as Fox's trainee and buddy bounty hunter. Blacklight. Liam Neeson plays an off-the-books FBI fixer in Blacklight, an action thriller about the guy who cleans up the US government's messes that it doesn't want you to know about. When he finds out that the FBI is secretly assassinating whistleblowers and left-wing politicians, however, he turns his sights back toward taking down his own organization. The Man from Toronto. The Man from Toronto, played by Woody Harrelson, is an international assassin hired by criminal organizations to extract information in brutal interrogations. When a case of mistaken identity leaves everyone to believe that a Virginia fitness instructor is the Man from Toronto, the scared comedian must help Harrelson finish his latest dangerous mission. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It took a second movie to get there, but Sonic the Hedgehog's friends Tails and Knuckles are finally along for the ride. Sonic is no longer the only non-human being on Earth, but it's bad timing because the evil Dr. Robotnik conspires to defeat Sonic by finding the dangerously powerful Chaos Emerald. Secret Headquarters. A teenage boy and his friends discover that his father has a secret superhero lair under their house in Secret Headquarters, an original action comedy film for Paramount+. Owen Wilson stars as an Iron Man-like hero hunted by criminals trying to steal his technology, while also protecting 4 teenagers who know his secret from danger. Beast. Beast stars Idris Elba as Dr. Nate Samuels, a widower on a family vacation to a natural game preserve in South Africa. When a ferocious lion starts killing everyone in its path, it's up to the doctor and his family to figure out how to survive and tame the beast. Lightyear. Disney gave Toy Story fans another animated romp for the whole family with Lightyear, a story that delves into Buzz Lightyear's backstory as an outer space explorer. This Buzz Lightyear has no idea that he's being sold in the outside world as a collectible action figure. However, since Lightyear focuses on the fictional movie and the Toy Story universe that would go on to make Buzz such a popular figurine, Bullet Train, directed by Deadpool 2's David Leitch. Bullet Train features a high-speeding locomotive full of deadly assassins who are after the contents of a specific briefcase on board. Brad Pitt stars as Ladybug, an American mercenary, with Aaron Taylor Johnson, Brian Tyree Henry, Hiroyuki Sanada, Zazie Beetz, and Bad Bunny appearing as the titular train's assassins. Prey, a prequel of sorts to the original Predator from the late 80s. Prey also serves as a reboot for the franchise and a re-establishing of the Predator and what he wants. Amber Midthunder stars as a Comanche warrior out to prove to her community that she can hunt with the best of men, and a dangerous alien on a killing spree is the perfect test. Jurassic World: Dominion. In this supposedly final installment to the Jurassic World trilogy, the dinosaurs are now living among humans and causing havoc worldwide. Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard set out on rescue missions to relocate and wrangle strays. But everything changes when the company Biosyn Genetics creates yet another Jurassic wildlife preserve and dips their toes back into the science of cloning. The Gray Man, when the CIA's most skilled operative whose true identity is known to none accidentally uncovers dark agency secrets. A psychopathic former colleague puts a bounty on his head, setting off a global manhunt by international assassin Port Gentry. Aka Sierra 6, a highly skilled former CIA operative, was once the agency's best merchant of death. After his escape from prison and recruitment by former handler Donald Fitzroy, Gentry is now on the run from the CIA with Agent Lloyd Hansen hot on his trail. Aided by Agent Danny Miranda, Hansen will stop at nothing to bring Gentry down. Netflix put a boatload of cash into The Gray Man, a Russo brothers-directed spy action thriller starring Ryan Gosling versus Chris Evans, and it seems to have paid off. Their standoff sends them all over the world, and Gosling's fast and furious-esque heroics put him as close to a superhero role as the actor has seen in his career yet. So, that's all our list of 2022 seconds action movies. We hope you would find some of your best hits in this list.